Today, we are going to talk about motherboards. We have a computer here, and when we open it up and we take a look inside, we are going to find that our motherboard is pretty much what everything is connected to. Our hard drives, our expansion cards, our optical drives, everything in some way is connected to the motherboard. Even the power supply is connected to the motherboard, giving everything power through the motherboard. Our motherboard is really the base of our computer. It's what provides the connections for all different components to run. In a way, it sort of acts like a highway for all connections and all the different computer components to send information across. Now motherboards come in different sizes. These are known as form factors. By form factor, we mean the size and the shape of the motherboard. The size of the motherboard greatly depends on the size of our computer and which motherboard we can fit into our computer. Now there are several different types of motherboard form factors, but there are a few in particular we are going to focus on today. This motherboard has several components. We have where our CPU slot, we have RAM slots, different PCI slots, and we have all of our additional input-output over here. And depending on the size and the type of connections that we have on our motherboard, it determines what form factor this motherboard is. Generally, when we are talking about form factors, we're only talking about motherboards that are used in a desktop computer or a server. We usually don't try to memorize all of the different form factors for laptop computers because laptop motherboards are built very specifically for the exact make and model laptop that they are in. Rather than having a single form factor, we have thousands and thousands of different ways that laptop motherboards are configured in order for everything to fit properly. One of the first motherboard types that we are going to go over is going to be the ATX, Advanced Technology Extend. Now this is one of our form factors that we can see quite often, and some of the key identifiers for this ATX and Micro Atx motherboards are that it has a rare input-output cluster. We are going to have expansion slots which are parallel to the short side. We are going to have a left side case opening. So when we are looking at our computer, the computer's going to open from the left side. Usually these boards will also come with at least a triple channel memory, which means it has 2 banks of 3 slots. So that will be 6 slots total for memory. We'll have 7 expansion slots at the maximum, and then the size of an ATX board will be a max width of 12 inches and max length of 9.6 inches, and these are usually used in a full-size tower computers. The only difference in ATX and a Micro Atx board is the size. The Micro Atx board will have a max width of 9.6 and a max length of 9.6 inches. So Micro Atx is a square compared to the regular ATX board, and it's going to have dual channel memory with 2 slot banks. 2 slots in each bank, and these are actually color coded for our memory banks. One more ATX board is our ATX Extend. The ATX Extend is a bit bigger than our standard ATX board. Therefore, it is easier to navigate all the way around and to see what's on here. We have our additional expansion slots, we have our memory, and on this board we can actually see we have 2 places for CPUs. This can come in handy especially on say a bigger server. The next one we need to talk about is the ITX. Now the ITX is a little bit smaller than the ATX. The mini ITX is going to be a maximum of 6.7 inches by 6.7 inches, so even smaller than the Micro ATX. The mini ITX is a very small form factor board, which makes it an advantage for say one of the small desktop computers, but it only has a single PCI expansion slot. These are the 3 main types of motherboards based on their form factors.